they're going to join the party the rest of the day after this
wild card game. This will be taken.
Jamie not weak no more, man. I'm telling you.
Nah, that ball's still at.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up.
He don't run enough to beat me, man. He pass too much, and that's not going to work with him. There's no mixture. You just want to hear it shit out. That's going to get him picked off. Like the child miss me to death. That shit ain't going to work.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
How you missed that?
Pass complete here to Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, kill. Hey, Charlie.
On first and 10, here's Breeze. He'll air it out deep
J.R.
for
Smith.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot
that ball looked like he was like 16.
They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them.
It wasn't like that when Marcus Smart was trying to punch him all in his fucking head.
J.R.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze.
Don't be hating on J.R. Smith, dog. I'll send him right down the ballpark. Where you at, Collinsville? I'll send him right down there.
Be right on J.R.'s ass. Hit that thing with a bottle of hit him.
Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass.
Oh, wow. Whatever he was drunk during the
That motherfucker drinking Henny all day.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Yeah, cold as balls.
Yeah.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara.
What the fuck he drink there? Does he drink something?
Inside the 10. The play began back at the 23, and they picked
That's
up
crazy. I thought that motherfucker drank Henny.
He fucked up.
Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready.
That's
it's first
crazy.
and goal.
Look at him, Cal. He fucked up. He
Yet.
should have
I don't
scored.
think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
Damn, man, I can't even watch it, man. This is bullshit. I'm playing K.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Yeah, I gotta play K too.
Dog, my squad. I ain't got no closer. Got nobody that can put up 20-30, man.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
That work. Usually we don't call that
Saints taking right down the field.
I text them like
The opening drive.
so
What's good on the extra point?
AD acting like he running.
Nothing game.
Yeah, that ball just...
oh, okay, yeah. Text me when you know what it is.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Sitting here watching the news.
This nigga got Michael Jordan and still
It's
running.
fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I've been trying to play AB for 3 days.
Golf will lead the Rams up here first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a give right side.
Duck, goose,
Akers.
boy.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already
The
walking
goose is
back.
out there.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. Gone. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And it's second down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
I should have jumped.
20.
Third and long. It's gone. Going up top for Cup. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there.
Okay, ain't weak. You just got that cheating-ass dude, man.
That pass was heavily defended on 3rd down, but you know what?
No,
He's
you
one
go
of
to the
best in the
fucking
league
corner
at
of
control,
the fucking
and he showed
joint
you
and
why
run.
there.
So what that tells you
play
is
this
that
shit
the
like
guy
you play
throwing the football
my player, man.
understands his guys, doesn't he? Give them a chance, put it up there, and realize that even in a battle, they're more than likely to come down with the football.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be
Oh, you shut the legs down?
2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun.
Damn, snap.
Yo, they're going ham on these top
He'll be brought
cars,
down
dog.
inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion.
Nah,
and it
I
sets
know,
up
I
a
know what
3rd
you
down.
do, dog, but I know they ain't gonna, once I get my man back, ain't none of that popping off.
Oh, yo, they took it. No, you just taking
Yardage after the catch. And in this
Ain't none of that popping off.
No, this is going on
able to stop
down
him
here.
before you get a good head of steam going.
His 2nd catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield.
Yeah, but I ain't know how to shoot at all on this bitch.
The
Damn.
field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the
I can
football,
shoot a little bit now, especially from last
Ask you
night.
about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell
Last
ringer and put
night.
it in the end zone.
Nah, I'm talking about after our game, I wanted to play the computer a couple of games. I got my shot. Now,
Well, it's a jet sweep, the football to Woods.
shit, I'm gonna bust your
This one in for
ass
a
next
Rams
year.
touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the
Did you
field and
play,
see a defense that
Jamie
looks
yet?
a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're
did.
thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Extra points.
What, he trying to Giannis you to death? What he was doing?
Tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Dog, I just seen that when I cut my shit on. I'm like, how many motherfuckers he signed?
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive
like
started.
6-7
And that last
motherfuckers.
drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were
On the
confident
practice
enough to do
squad?
it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own
I don't even
territory,
know,
why
dog.
would you
I ain't
change
even see
anything?
if
They
I
got
had
to
a
be
practice
confident about what
squad.
they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing
Them
because that
two
drive
dudes
ran
down,
and went,
the
no
two dudes that be
adjustments,
down the
and no
bottom.
good plays by the defense has knocked the ball away.
Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. 7-7, our score after 1.
You gotta go to your depth chart and you gotta pull them up and put somebody else there.
Breeze on 3rd down. The open man is Smith. His first catch of this wild card game. It's going for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there.
We gotta
In-breaking
go
route,
for the game
drove it
start.
with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
6-6, pull it high.
Oh my God.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Breeze. The Sanders has got it complete. His second catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
They making some bullshit.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, Kamara. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Yeah, look at Marcus Smart try to do that real flop and shit. That's why I don't like him in real life.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze.
Nigga really did that shit too.
To escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Antonio Brown. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Oh my gosh, dang.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carried that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Throwing on second down, Goff. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. A shotgun snap for Goff. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
So this boy K try to draft a straight defensive team.
From the gun, here's Goff. He gets it to Brown, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Antonio Brown, AB, with just one hand to complete that catch. Is there anything he can't do?
You got
He's
niggas
just
early in the
continued to
game.
impress year after year, hasn't he?
He has never forgotten that he wasn't considered an elite receiver coming out of college. I think every snap he takes
Y'all play one more, right?
He should have been.
And very little daylight there.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to beat him now, Snacks.
A short gain of just over 2 yards.
I'm just fucking
as the
with you,
first half
Snacks.
clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Goff. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's third down.
Who said that?
It's way too early to talk about MVP.
2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
It's too early to talk about MVP race, man. You know that.
A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Throwing on third. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
And it was because I said we knew that. Like, there was never a doubt that it wasn't.
Right.
Like, you acting like the first autopsy didn't fucking prove that.
What the fuck fault was it?
Nah, because the first autopsy they did, they tried to say, boy,
What would that matter? You fucking
the
did
cop,
it.
that, you know, if it, the cop might not be the cop's fault, he had other issues that might.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. 3 down.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Big hold of the 30. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. Breeze now on first down. And this one complete to Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Breeze now. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. It was Logan Ryan that time who knocked it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
They did the right thing.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through.
Oh, Town, this nigga winning at halftime,
for
bro.
this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wild card matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Connection made here, Goff to Higbee. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Here's Goff. Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Well, Antonio Brown can wreak havoc in so many ways. Here he's able to cause a PI penalty.
He runs at defensive backs with such speed and power. I think it creates panic on their end, and a lot of times they just reach out and grab him, and that's the result there, a pass interference call.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hey, check, Mike.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And that will cover beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
White flag.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. but the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Breeze now on 1st down. It's caught by Sanders. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Bree's going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Ready?
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Get in the right room. Check 9, check 9. Ready, check.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 95-56, 95-56. Get that ball. Get that ball. Check, check, check. 41's coming. 41's a mic. He can't hang.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And that's complete to Sanders. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, exit. 46 here, Mike. 41 Mike. Here we go. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike. I'm coming after you. We go 21. 21. Mike 41. Hey. High 7.
Now Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Protein spill.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Switch. Same. 5-1.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th
Okay, I
down.
went by luck just now. I don't believe he made that fucking layup. That shit was crazy. I can't believe he just made that fucking
So
layup.
Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down.
That shit was a good ass game. That shit was going back and forth the whole fucking game.
41's the mic. Let him. Check 41.
Motherfucking Kawhi in Paul Pierce.
Hey, 41's mic. Bring it.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. And this is going to be intercepted.
No, what's coming.
Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Left after that elbow. Shit, he was hurt.
180.
No, I made the layup with like 2 seconds on the clock.
And it's caught off the deflection. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Oh my God!
Picked up by the Saints.
Video
And he's
so
got some
often I
space
send it to
here.
offensively.
Yo! Wow.
Touchdown.
Yo, that's bullshit, man.
Easy me gets the job done.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Goff on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Goff. He's going to air it out deep for Woods.
That's not even where I threw it, man.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Goff now looks to throw. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Goff now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20.
Let's fucking go!
On the inside of New Orleans 10. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty.
Oh my God, this guy Jamie is fucking garbage, man. He got the game fucking won.
Yeah, he fucked up, Antonio.
Oh my God.
Henderson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Darrell Henderson taking it in. As they can now even this game here.
How he give that up, dog?
It's bullshit how he scored in the first place. He had a linebacker.
I ain't even see him score. I don't even know how he.
Nah, my boy, like, he tipped it.
You threw an interception, didn't you?
Nah, his defensive lineman tipped it. And then my boy called it, my running back. So I'm running. I'm running like
17-17 the score.
Yards.
All even to this point as the kicks away.
The one ball, then he hits Nick, and he fumbles. This nigga picks it up.
Fuck is this shit on? Fucking the pro?
Oh, what the shit is on, dog?
That meter moves slow as shit just now. This shit ain't on the right shit.
Their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, the
man.
thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Oh, he is ready to get you, boo. You better get out. Don't be playing no goddamn blitzing on me.
I just wanted to I had to get a sack, that's all.
That motherfucker got that boy out there. That's who he looked. That's his main guy. He looked at him first.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Yeah, once he can't find that dude, that's his other option.
Looking here for Smith downfield.
On the cross.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Oh, my God. And they
set
had
to begin their next drive. The Rams offense at the line. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the
football?
Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. Bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
See, he fucked up right there. All right.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
You can't get this wreck man to
that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, here's Goff.
I threw it. He's
wide. Throw away. He's taken down.
Bro, you got to get caught
fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken. With 1:55 remaining.
Oh, my God.
Refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough little 3rd and long. Goff now to throw. And a throw
my God.
Incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them.
I ain't hear what you said, look. You said they did what with his autopsy?
Shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
His autopsy right now.
I don't know why your mic's so low.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end
zone
zone for a touchdown.
That's why.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out there?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any
family shit right there. Nobody else
totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Remember they did that shit to Tupac. Put that joint on there. That was back in the day, too.
He throws
Yeah,
it,
they had the pictures. Yeah, that shit was
and
crazy.
down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Breeze to throw. Flush to his right. He'll run it, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Back to throw Breeze. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
This nigga tell.
Well, what's wrong with this guy, Jamie, man? Like, dog, you had the game won. Why are you in shotgun trying to stretch it out like that?
After the interception, here's
one out of 5 yards.
Incomplete. Clock stops with 10
timeouts.
seconds left.
Oh, this guy.
After the incomplete pass here,
and then he keep leaving that guy open.
Now it's gone. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win.
Oh.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker.
Oh, he iced him.
To advance to the divisional round.
He iced the kicker. Let's see what you got. Don't tell me the outcome either.
Same shit that happened to us to get to the Super Bowl. Get the fuck out of here.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card division doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
Wait till I talk to fucking Appleseed, man. Appleseed gave the game to
He gave the
man.
game up twice. He had it twice.
No, he gave it away. Here you go. Here go a win for you.
The NFL right here on EA Sports.
Fucking Jamie Appleseed, dog.
Charles, he's
He played a lot better that game. He must have been YouTubing defense. He took his defensive scheme, test.
Nah, he ain't got my shit. I was looking at his shit.
Yeah, but he was trying.
He was trying.
Yeah, he definitely was trying. He tried some new shit. It was working too.
He got too many safeties out there and corners and shit. I play for linebackers, so when you do catch that bitch, I'm gonna make you drop it.
He did a few times.
You know?
Yeah, I'll holler at you, boy. Let's see you out the playoffs, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's a good game, though, man. He had me a little scared for a second. I said, dang, this nigga Jamie. Oh, man, I can't lose this, boy.
Damn, dog. Bust Appleseed's ass.
He had the game. He had it. He passed too much. I told you, he passed too much. Too much passing, man. He threw 2 picks and still was in it. I mean, what we want to do? Wreck? What y'all want to do, man? I'm about to bust niggas' ass and motherfucking the league.